Hello, and welcome to another content session focusing on immune health. I'm today's host, AJ Paul, Graduate Fellow at VitaFoods. Before we begin, I would like to remind our audience that there will be a Q&A box located in the top right corner of the platform where you can submit any questions you have for our speakers. These will be answered time permitting at the end of the presentation. Our next speakers joining us are Anthony Ju Tan, the founder and managing director at AJT Wellity Asia, an innovative solutions provider in the space of healthcare, hospitality, and wellness, and Monk John, the lead meditation coach at iRetreat, Wellness Meditation Destinations. Their presentation will focus on connecting immune health and mental well-being. Anthony and Monk John, I'll turn things over to you.
Very good morning, everybody, and very good morning to Longti John Namusakan and AJ. Thank you very much. I hope everybody is loud and clear, able to basically hear us clear. Okay. Well, looking at mental outlook, mental health is a situation that we are. Sorry, is AJ? Are you trying to speak? I can't hear you.
No. You can speak. You can speak, okay. Anthony.
Okay, great. All right, very good morning. Once again, good morning to everybody. Can we have the next slide, please, Longpi John? Okay, first I would like to really thank Longpi John for being here. Longpi John is someone who I know for many years, over the last 2 years, and he is being basically a guru and a monk for mental health, and a person that could facilitate, a monk could facilitate meditation in terms of the healing process of people who are in having stress disorder, sleep disorder, pain disorder. Yeah. All right. Mental health outlook. Looking at where we are today in the mental health situation, we see about 60% of people are facing stress and basically unable to basically reconcile in their mental well-being. And very much of them are basically having issues in terms of maintaining their stress factors at work. CEOs are having stress in managing their own situation. So mental health is becoming a very big dementia into our daily lives. So we should be looking at how we could improve it. So here, looking at mental health, we had a very big... sorry, is this the slide moving, Longpi John? Okay. Yeah. Just 1 second. I'm having some...
Now you can say that 2/3 of business leaders have suffered from mental health conditions.
Yeah, business leaders are having lots of mental health situation here, and many of them are not sharing their status, and this has affected them because of the stress disorder that they are facing. Next slide, please. So mental health, looking at the Deloitte studies, shows that in UK, many workplaces are putting a lot of expenses in terms of how to improve and find a manageable space of putting this mental health into an equalization of workplace happiness and reducing their stress factor. So we are basically looking into improvements of the impact of mental health, especially now, the next slide, in Thailand, you could basically see the impact of COVID, which have basically took a lot of factors in here. Longpi John, I believe you have seen a lot of these factors in your daily routine or daily meditation that you have been focusing lately. Have you been looking at it? Yeah. What are the situations that you see in this most of this critical issues of COVID when you do your meditation sessions?
I think people who've been doing their meditation regularly, they suffer less like mental problem than people who have never started meditation before. So that's a very good thing, that they actually are mentally immune to these COVID problems that we are facing all over the world.
Yeah, I foresee a lot as well. And we know that mental health, a lot of supplementation is able to help people out, which is the basic standards of using supplementation to reduce the stress level. But I think the alternative today is basically looking at alternative well-being lifestyle change. And one of the biggest lifestyle change that people are moving is basically meditation. Yeah, next slide, please. So digital mental health is another big thing today. If you look at digital mental health, people are looking at possibility of getting alternative assistance in terms of mental health, putting in application. And if you look at digital mental health today, the economic value and the clinical value has tremendous increase in terms of building awareness of looking at digital mental health. Next slide, please. Okay, well, when we're talking about mental health and immunity, which would come first, a mental health or boosting your immune system? I think the fact today in what we are looking is immunity. I would say would be a secondary factor than looking at how we could improve our mental health. Mental health basically is something that we need to basically nourish, and immunity is something that we can build by having a better lifestyle, building it supplementaries. But mental health is something that it basically needs to be clearing the mind. And this is where I think Longpi John would be able to give us a little bit more insight later of looking at how we would then balance our mental health compared to immunity. Next slide, please. So mental health problems, this is really a very alarming sight that when you look at mental health problems, you're talking about inflammation of the bodies, whereby it basically affects us tremendously into gut health. That is basically one of the biggest problem, which is basically a threshold that could basically takes up to about 18%, 60% give us to be less effective in terms of our mind thoughts and powering our healing process. So mental well-being, meditation basically supports our inner health. And I think this is something, Longpi John, what are your thoughts on this in terms of meditation?
It's actually because we can say that meditation improves the software of human being, which is the mind. And because the body is the hardware, if you compare this to computer. So basically when the software is being improved, then of course the hardware will function better. And the hardware of our cell or the body already have, to some extent, self-recovering or self-recovering systems. So that if you get sick, and just by relaxing a little bit more, then you can get better. So this means that you are able to relax not only physically, but you are also relaxed mentally. And this balance between the body and the mind will make you healthier and improve your immune systems.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of wellness retreat centers are also moving towards this direction. So supplementaries and alternative solution of mental well-being and boosting immunity, I would say meditation is one of the biggest factors that many implementations are done in clinics, in hospitals, in retreat centers. So mental well-being is one of the very key opponent of healing process that all this assisting venues and resorts are using. Yogas, walking meditation. These are all the essentials of basically bringing into a better well-being and improving your immunity. Next slide, please. Well, many people have been asking, is meditation, has science behind it? And I would certainly say yes. There are publications, as you can see on the slide, that validate meditation as one of the key essential deliverables in helping someone in a stress disorder and someone who are in a pain, someone who have a sleep disorder. So meditation has helped people in evidence base. Next slide, please. So there are more publications as what we have shown you today. There are only 4 publications that we have showcased to you, but I believe when you basically search it through Google or basically looking at publication and journals, you will see a lot of meditation effects and helping out in all these diseases. Now, next one, the next slide shows you a little bit of this meditation looking at Parkinson's disease. When we talk about Parkinson's disease, the most key is looking at the motor symptoms of one when it gets stressed. The neural system, the anxiety, the depression becomes very heavy affected through this Parkinson's disease. So by having Parkinson's disease, and I have the evidence of two of my brothers who are suffering from Parkinson's disease, and I have brought them into a session of meditation, and I have been meditating over the last 1 year. It has helped me to see lots of improvement. So I have asked them to look into meditation. And meditation does help Parkinson's disease because it stables the person, it stables the mind. It basically then enhances them in terms of their meditation and reduce their stress and basically improves their motor system. Yeah. Next slide, please. So what does meditation could basically help us? Basically, science have also proven that meditation helps in terms of extending our telomere length. So basically, you are looking at mindfulness meditation. Yoga can physically help us in terms of improving our extending our longevity. Long P. John, I believe you do look at this as one of the best improvement in when you are conducting your classes, or whether have you experienced people coming to you and telling them that they feel so much better in this?
There are even people who said to me that they had like cancer before, and after practicing meditation for 2 years that we met, and then when I met him again, he said that he went to the doctor and he didn't have cancer anymore. So we have a few cases of this as well. It's like that cell healing systems of the human body needs a very good software to activate, which is a healthy mind.
Yeah, thank you. I think this is something very important. Yeah, well, before I hand over the real meditation effects of how Long P. John would like to share with you, here I would just like to share with you the dotted lines between mental health and physical health. Next slide, please, Long P. John. Well, looking at this slides, if you look at it, it may look a little bit complicated looking at all the dots, but the dots here, if you look at it very carefully, it basically relates to people who are having numerous or consecutive stress issue of looking at how one will get into a motion of mental health issues. But if you look at the dotted lines that would link a person an improvement in their immunity, if you are lack of sleep, if you're having insomnia, Parkinson's disease, unhealthy, poor gut health, meditation would be the main solution here. Basically, I would highly recommend someone to really look at meditating, starting some like 10 minutes a day before going to sleep and after waking up. I think that would really help. But as you move along, meditation process will come in as you basically improvise your lifestyle change. So look at all the dotted lines, and I fully foresee that meditation is the core improvements. Long P. John.
Well, after listening to what Anthony just mentioned, many people would think that meditation is kind of a magical medicine or any special tool that can help solve everything. But let me tell you one thing. Actually, we have a very good balance between the body and the mind. And if you bleed, for example, you have body sickness, then you have to go to hospital anyway. So there's no way that if you have like a cut in your body and you meditate and that will stop bleeding, it's not going to be as convenient as that. Or you probably need to go to hospital to have many diseases healed anyway. Or even the COVID-19 doesn't mean that you meditate and you will never have COVID. But one thing that I like to mention here is meditation is a more holistic approach. A holistic approach means that we take a look at the whole system, and we have to have a clear understanding of how the body and the mind works. So suppose that we talk about these two components, the body and the mind. We're gonna explain them very simple. The body is the part that you can see, but the mind is the part that you cannot see. And this mind actually controls the body, because whenever you have a very healthy mind, like you're happy, like you enjoy your day, and your day you don't actually have stress or problem at all, that day whatever you do, you're going to enjoy doing them more. Like you can enjoy listening to the same song better if your mind is happy, or you can enjoy eating the same food if you eat with your friends and family, and you don't actually have to eat alone in quarantine for 14 days. So that's how the body actually is controlled by the mind. So the little problem here is that our mind has a nature. It wanders a lot. So if we put it in a very simple way, the mind rarely stay with the body. The mind likes to stay somewhere else. So even if you are listening to me now, maybe some seconds your mind could wander and think about something else as well. And that actually deteriorates the integration between the body and the mind. So we have a theory that if you can actually bring the body and the mind together, you will make the body function in a much better way. We talk about self-healing capability, self-recovering. So those things need more consciousness. So if we are more conscious, we will be able to get our body to heal better, to be healthier, to improve the immune systems. Okay, so the meditation actually is based on a very simple theory. We have to bring the mind home and have the mind stay within the body as long as we can. So if the body and the mind integrates together, it's like we will become a better system that not only will heal itself, but also we have better benefits in different aspects as well. Anthony showed you about different publications or some scientific approach, and actually this has risen tremendously over the past 40 years. If you take a look at this, almost like 50 years. If you take a look at this, in 1970, no one was talking about meditation. But in this number, recently we have from 2015, the number of publications rises to be more than over like 1,000 of papers in a year. And that's because scientists slowly discover different points that meditation will improve. But if we would like, maybe if we try to make a very short summary to this, then meditation will be benefit to about 4 aspects. First, health. Second, relationship and social life. Third, productivity. And the last one is emotional and benefits. Because these 4 areas are what we call the 4 responsibilities of life. We have to have the 4 responsibility related to our own health, related to relationship with other people, related to productivity, and related to emotions and habits. So if the software improved and is getting better, our health is getting better as well. So we have less stress because our mind is more happy and relaxed. We have better immune systems. We can sleep better because things that prevent people from falling asleep in the night is the wandering mind. They have a lot of things that they've been thinking the whole day. And when they try to shut down the systems, the software doesn't allow you to shut down. That is similar to when you try to shut down your computer, and then there's like small window applications say these applications refuse the computer to shut down. Exactly the same problem of having insomnia. Or meditation also increase the gray matter, which stops producing or enlarging ever since we were young. And now when we meditate, this part grows again, and there are some evidence on this part. Okay, and somehow when we are a better systems, our body becomes healthier and our mind is less distracted, we will be able to love ourselves. And when we are able to love ourselves, we will have enough love to share with other people. And meditation also improves relationships because it seems that people who meditate, they themselves become happier person. And when they themselves become happier person, they don't actually need happiness from anyone else. And they can also share happiness. These also have evidence related to how like Buddhist monks or people practicing meditation seems to have more compassion and less relationship problems. They even said that 50% of couples will have less problems when they meditate together. So more tolerance, more empathy, more compassion, and see more good things in other people. And what about work and productivity? Uh, meditation is directly related to concentration. People cannot work very well because they can't concentrate. Their mind is being distracted. When we solve this problem, we can solve work-related issues like lack of concentration, lack of creativity. The mind that becomes clear and bright will be able to connect all the dots and see things that are normally clouded mind are unable to see. And that's improved better memory, and it helps them to take better decisions as well. That's because, in our minds, we also have like voices, a lot of voices. If we can quiet those voices, we be able to trust only one voice. And that voice is from our true self. We be able to take better decisions. And emotions and habits. The mind is also influenced by a lot of emotions and habits the whole time. And if you are able to keep your mind home, your mind will be troubled less by emotions and habits that are normally influenced by external circumstances like people or news or things going on in the world. Right now, people, they try to actually do digital detoxification. That's because they discover that they are being disturbed by the amount of news they consume, and that makes them unhappier. Um, Actually, one reason is that a lot of people are talking about meditation at the moment, and also all the wellness centers as well. That's because people are more and more unhappy, and they don't even know that they are unhappy at the moment. They can't be happy on their own, and they are searching for something to fix this problem externally. Like they thought, okay, now I am unhappy, so I need to go somewhere to be happier, or I need to do something to be happier, or I need to get or buy something to be happier. But those things will not make people happier. That was just a quick fix solutions that will expire rapidly, and our happiness seems to expire the whole time. So if we are able to bring the mind back to the body and let the mind stay within ourselves and calm and peaceful and standstill, meditation actually refers to a state of the mind that is standstill, peaceful, and focused. And these three stages of the mind, once we can achieve, we become happier. We will become emotionally happier as well. And that seems to be an explanation of the holistic approach that I'm talking about. So that's how we see growth in the applications and all the researchers. And I think this number is going to grow, and we're going to have a lot of scientific experiment related to meditation in the future. But the practice must be simple, because you can't solve complicated problems with complicated minds. So the way to practice meditation must be simple. Okay, so maybe we can use this time to answer the questions. Anthony, what do you think?
Yes, correct. Yeah. I've seen some question here. How could companies make finished products for immune or mental health? Well, I think there are a lot
Company
of,
stuff. I think you probably have to answer.
there are a lot of products that's really out there that basically helps people with mental health. Of course, B12 complex is certainly a very good product. that could basically with forte that will help people in terms of their mental well-being. Omega fish oil will be another good supplements that would be required, and not forgetting vitamin D. Vitamin D, probiotics, these are all magnesium. These are all the products that basically would help to improve a person, not only on the mental health, but also in the immunity. But what we have been doing in our resorts and all, we do integrate a lot of pre and post diagnostic for a person who are basically going through mental health disorder, or someone who is going through a lot of sleep. So basically, we put them into a pre and post, and we will then enhance it with all the supplements. Yeah. So I think other questions is: do ingredients have a role in helping integrating mind and the body better? I said yes. Basically, a lot of natural products would help someone to boost their immunity, like high antioxidant mushroom will be another very good product of raw ingredients that one could basically do in nutritioning, not only by supplementation but also by food. Anything with high antioxidant will basically boost an immunity system. Yeah. Please, any more question? Please feel free to ask.
I have
Yeah.
one thing to add here, though. Many people, when we talk about the balance between body and the mind, and now people see the benefits of meditation, many people ask me these questions. Do we have anything that we can eat or we can take? And that's actually will make our meditation better. I would like to compare this as how we make our body healthier. There are different ways, but if you want your body to be strong, you need to exercise anyway. No matter what you eat, if you don't actually walk or you lift all those weights, you will not be stronger. So meditation also is similar to making the body strong, but this is about making the mind stronger. So you need to meditate in order to make your mind stronger anyway. There's no shortcut.
That one thing is for sure. I think we all know about microbiome, the gut health, and basically your mind. This two basically very much relate. So I frankly, I always support in terms when someone looking at how could improve your meditation and how improve in your health. I strongly supplements probiotics that would also really give you a lot of balance, immunity, and basically balance in terms of your mental health. So probiotics is something that I would not discount it in our supplement list. And I think
That's true.
you're
That's
right.
true.
Yeah.
Actually, I also agree in the way that if you have healthier body, your mind will be calmer. And for monks as well, if we do not have healthier body, then we will not be able to meditate very well. So we need to have healthier body in order to have more meditation or good meditation.
Donkey John, what would your recommendation be for someone who has never done meditation? How could we integrate them and tell them how they could start? Maybe a very short session from you to tell them what is the core importance of starting meditation for mental well-being.
The core actually meditation must follow the balance between not only the body and the mind, but relaxation and concentration. So you need to concentrate on one single thing, because in fact, we don't want to concentrate on anything. We just want our mind to be empty. But we can't do that for long because our mind is being distracted the whole time. We try to empty our mind, it will keep thinking about many different things. So instead of keeping the mind empty, we're going to keep the mind focused on one single thing, but in a relaxing way. So concentration and relaxation, they have to go together.
Yes, so I really would advise people who is having depression to basically avoid taking medication, but really getting into the swing of meditation and getting some good supplements to support you, like I've mentioned, vitamin D, B12 complex, vitamin A, E, and K. These are all the components of making supplementation, balance, and probiotics into your health regime. Of course, healthy food would be another approach. So I would really hope you all enjoy the session that we share I know it's maybe a little bit new to most of you out there, as you are all very inclined to supplementation, but here we are providing you an alternative approach in healing, especially in mental well-being and immunity. So here in our practice, myself and Monk John, we always put meditation as our first primary defense in this situation, and we put it in reality in most of our in our retreat resorts. We call it the I Retreat. I Retreat basically provides a full essential retreat programs from 4 days to up to 7 days, catering to people who are seeking for a better health and life change.
Amazing. Well, that's a really good way to end things. Once again, thank you both for joining us. And to our audience, if you have any questions that you didn't get to ask, feel free to reach out to Anthony and Monk John directly on the platform after this. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you in the next session.